Greetings, welcome back to Pinkoddbird. Today we are here to finally take a look at Arlene's book, so let's go ahead and get started. As you may remember, if you've been following this current series that I've been working on, we are going to be doing the flip through today for Arlene's journal that I made, basically rebuilding her scrapbook out of the one that was disintegrating away. And I have basically made this almost pretty much from scratch here on the video, and if you haven't seen those, I will link them down in the description box for you. So I do know that I said that I wasn't sure if I was going to sell this book yet or not, and I think that I'm just not terribly ready to let this one go yet. So I believe that I'm going to hang on to this one for a little bit longer. There will be a day where I do sell it, and when I do, I put this here so that I can write a nice little note to whoever will get this book. But for now, I'm going to hang on to it. And before we dive into this book, I would like to just take a quick moment to let you know that I still have these two available in my shop with these handmade pouches that I made. And these are also traveler's notebooks, and this one is Carol, and the insides are filled with all vintage, original vintage ephemera. And there's that one that's available in my Etsy shop. And then I have one more that's available, and this is the pouch that this one comes in. And this one is Iris, and she is also a traveler's notebook, and again, filled with original vintage ephemera. So I do have a flip through on these, and I will link to that video in the description box below if you want to see these two, but you can grab these in my shop for now, and we will go ahead and take a look at Arlene. So let's get started. So that's that, and those will be available in my Etsy shop until they're not. And I do hope that you guys understand and bear with me while I just hang on to this and just enjoy it for a little bit more time. And then one day there'll be a new video up that says this book is for sale. So, all right. Here is where we're going to start with the cover. This book is giant. I wanted to really mimic the original scrapbook that she had all of her stuff in, and it was a giant book just like this. So this book is about 8.5 by 11 with something like a 3.5 inch spine, somewhere around there. And I used this beautiful vintage fabric. It's a floral vintage fabric that I picked out of my collection, and on the spine here, or on the profile view, I have just made a few little charms, and I actually made these charms on Instagram Live the other night. So thank you to the gals who were there hanging out with me, and Greg, my friend Greg, thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I asked if they would be interested in seeing more lives either on Instagram or on YouTube, and everyone said yes. So I would definitely start incorporating those and planning them, so that way if you would like to attend and hang out for a live little crafting session, we can do that together. So on the front cover, like I said, I just used some vintage wallpaper, and I left it plain for now. And then here is this is my stained paper that is available in my Etsy shop, and I will leave this for when I do sell this book. I will have a nice little note that I can write to the new owner. And then you saw in the video, I just made a little collage image on the front here, and I chose this image as the cover image because I believe that that is Arlene's mom. That's my belief anyway, or at least in the story of me putting this book together, it is. And I think that it is because she's a little bit older lady, and this is a vintage photograph here. And this dog, you can see this dog in the book with young Arlene. So that's what makes me think that this is her mom. So without having her mom here, there would be no start to Arlene. So I think that was the perfect way to get this book started out. So on the inside, this book is giant, so I think I'm at as high as my camera stand will go, so I believe you'll be able to see everything. So right when you open up, I just tucked in her little hat. I don't know if this is, or maybe this might have been, I know she was in lots of like dance teams and singing groups and things like that, so maybe it was something from there. So I have a little collage, and then this is a picture of her here. Oh no, that's her graduation hat. So this is something else. I don't know what this might have been for, a band maybe. But here she is right in the front. And then, like I said, I just started putting all of her ephemera into the book. This is letters and stuff that she got, newspapers, and I did leave space for writing in here. One, just because I like the balance that it gives with all of the other, you know, busy stuff that's happening in the book, but also maybe whoever gets this after me wants to write in here. So that is still an option. So really pretty vintage book page in Spanish there. I add a little lace to the edges, pretty lattice decorator page. These are from Tsunami Rose. So I really thought that her images were really fitting in this book. And then these are from TaylorMadeJournals, the wallpapers. I will link both of them below for you. And we've got, she kept, like, this is from the Flamingo Hotel. Like, imagine how old this is. So cool. And then there's another invitation back here. And then this is, oh, it was a card. So it's a, well, a birthday wallet. So it unfolds like this. And then this is just a little something that she kept in her book, and it had a little pencil attached to it. So I left that in there. And then this picture series was already put together like this. So I just re-glued it back into the book in the same order that it was in. This is a handmade something that somebody drew for her. A lot of handmade drawn items in here. This is a little grid schedule for the football players, a little name card, and then another little dance ticket from a kickoff dance. These are book pages from the 1800s. And there's the lady who is on the cover, who I believe is probably her mom. And then we have a table place card here, and then this little calendar piece I thought was kind of pretty. Another table setting card from 1953. There's that piece that I wanted to save for the oddball dance. Some postcards that she saved, and then this little card, invitation, and another photograph here. Some more of her ephemera and stuff. I won't go through all of the ephemera and stuff in too much detail because the video would be really long. I do have a video where we go more into detail about the ephemera that came out of the book, which is obviously back in this book, and I'll link that below if you want to watch that deconstruction video. So some more stuff. That's a little game card. Put some vintage lace on the edge here. This is another hand-drawn piece that was given to her, and whoever drew it wrote Arlene and then a little arrow pointing up at her. Some more stuff in here. I love the I think it's a telegram. It's very pretty. And then there's another invitation in here. So on this page, I tucked some of the stuff behind. Certificate here. This is something that's typed out. Calendar of events. And then in the front pocket here, notes and photograph, another invitation, and then some another how to dress to this party that she was going to go to. And then here, there's a big book in there. And then this is really cool, actually. This is all of her, there's, I believe, 4 report cards here. Evaluation and research section. So you could see her grades, the old report cards. Pretty neat. So second signature here, I just made a belly band and I tucked in a couple more invitations that she got, and I just glued on this little picture here. And then off to the side, you can see I just taped on some things. I love this photo here. And then there's a little handwritten letter back here. Some more ephemera. More invitations. Some more stuff here. Napkins that she saved. Farewell assembly. Tucked in a photo here. It's hard to see, I know, because I have to have the camera so high. This little notebook is one that she already had, and it's called the Spiral. Little notes. The whole little book is filled with notes. Pretty neat. There's the dog. Some more stuff tucked in there. And then this big photo, I just tucked it into the book. And then here's another little, this little handmade drawing is actually really funny. Yeah. She actually saved a lot of her postcards and stuff. Dixieland. Another invitation. And a fussy cut little photo of Arlene that I just glued it on there. A bunch of little, a bunch of stuff that I obviously put in the book too soon. There we go. A bunch of little ephemera. This is a big table. She even saved the tablecloths, you guys, or the table mats, placemats. You know, when you go to a restaurant, or in this case, I guess she was at a hotel, a coffee shop. Hotel Dallas in Portland. And then the other one that she saved was the Golden Nugget. We all know that's in Vegas. How cool is that? This is another hand-drawn invitation, but this is you're invited to a hobo party. So they drew out, you know, an image there, and then so up here we have more ephemera. There's a little photo of her there, and then I just made this a belly band with another one of the postcards she saved. And then here, another piece of ephemera from the flamingo. And then we have this little gentleman down here, some newspaper clippings, and a booklet in the back. So this is the last signature here. And then we've got more invitations and stuff all tucked in through here. There's that photo that I love. So here are some more handmade items. I don't know, this feels like maybe it was Liberace. And then this one is like a couple. They're dancing, and I'm not sure what happened here, but he's like, huh? So this was like a belly band one that I made, and I just tucked in a postcard there. This is another one of those books with the teeny tiny pencils. Those pencils are so small. So here's that book that we glued down. Some football ephemera. just a bunch of tickets and stuff like that. This is a little booklet. I just latched it on like this. And a bunch of stuff in this pocket. More hand-drawn little pieces. And some more stuff here. And there we go with those images. Again, this is the order that they were already in, so I just left them how they were. And then over here, we've got more handwritten letters and invitations in there. And then I just glued this picture down. And summer class of North Hollywood Junior High School. So she was in junior high school in 1952. So I guess that should give you an idea too, maybe of when she was born. So some more drawings here. I love this little boy with the lasso. And then this little banana with the bows on the feet. I love this piece here because it's on that old like parchment paper, but it's a note to Arlene. And then Arlene and Dawn. But so here's that picture I was telling you with young Arlene, and then you can see the little dog here in the background. So here I have just a little pocket up here with some invitations and other stuff in that pocket. And then I just tucked this photo right into the page. And then on the back is that big piece of newspaper that she saved. And then in the very back of the book, I saved this from when she was in college, 1957. This was her psychology class, and she did a self-analysis on herself. And this is actually really, really super cool. Probably one of my favorite pieces. And then in the very back, there's my stamp. So this is it, my friends. This is Arlene's book. And I hope that you all have enjoyed this process, and I hope that, you know, maybe you've gained something from this series watching it, and just learning together about little tidbits of her life. And yeah, so I believe that's going to be it for today. Don't forget, I do have those two available in my Etsy store. I will try and do a timestamp on those because that video is really long because I had like 5 books to show that day. So I'll put timestamps to the 2 that are available. And I think that's going to be it for today. So I appreciate you guys all hanging out, and I do have more stuff coming up soon. So hang out and stick around for whatever's coming next. But that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.